Hello there, I'm another Magento dev. Welcome to another video. Right, it's a good one this. So, I was asked a question by a client that I thought, it's a classic, this is going to be easy, 2-minute job. And then you realise, shit, this isn't a 2-minute job. Why do Magento make these things so awkward? What are they trying to achieve? And, you know, an hour later, you're kind of thinking, do you know what? I'll make a YouTube video to pass this information on to other developers to save them time. Because, you know, that's just the type of altruism that you get from another Magento dev. Right, this is what it was. See this message? Not this message. Right, do something like that. This message here. So immediately someone asks you that question, you're like, yeah, 2 minutes. Because obviously it wasn't on this site. This is my test site, but the message is the same. Well, you change it in the translate CSV, like you do all of this stuff, right? Not this message, no. And this is where Magento is having a laugh, because it's got some cool functionality here that nobody wants. Like, that's the US there. If you change that to the United Kingdom, because that changes to like UK postcodes, that's great, isn't it? But no, you know, if someone notices that, they're going, what's this message? Can we change it? Can we have something more generic? Was the question today. Like, literally just like a couple of lines to instruct the customer, send them in a better direction, you know, give them more information. So yeah, so it going through the process of changing that made me think I need to show the world how I did that, how I changed it in the end, and what the process was, because that's the important thing. So watch this video all the way through if you're interested, because I do have a point. It's about the process. Like with all the things, a lot of the things that I show on this channel, it's not about just doing, it's about how and what your thought process is, because that's how you get better, and this is no exception. So essentially, on this problem, I'm thinking, right, well, it's in the CSV, right? So where do you start? You start with a quick search, don't you, of the vendor folder, just to get your bearings. You start with a quick search of the vendor folder for a piece of it, and then look at that, you get a hit. Obviously, it's in translate. Great. It's not though, is it? Only part of it is. And then with more investigation, there's another part there. Like, you've got the example bit, you've got the provide. So that's only like, that's that bit and that bit. So what's going on here? And where's this bit? Right? See if that comes up anywhere. Right? That's in there as well. Great, right? But where, you know, where's the rest? Oh yeah, there, and then that bit. So where's the rest of, where's the bit with the postcodes? Well, I sort of gave it away earlier. It's dynamic, isn't it? So where could that be? Right, it's the checkout. So you go in certain directions. I know that I'm probably best looking for an HTML file. Sorry, a JavaScript file, or an HTML file powered by a JavaScript knockout. You know, rendered by a knockout JavaScript file. So, but also in my search, you know, Magento is being kind here. It has brought some other stuff up. We've got some other hits, right? And if you go to one of them, it becomes obvious what's going on. Look. Okay, so how do you change this, and how can you do it in a more sort of in a more time effective way? Well, I've got a way of, I'm going to let you into a couple of secrets. If you're a beginner, obviously, if you know what I'm on about already, go do something else, because this ain't gonna interest you. Leave a like on the video though before you go. So first of all, Magento are making it like they're calling the fact, like the naming conventions here do me head in. Like, look at that. Like, one of them's in the customer folder. Why not have one postcode validation? I don't know why they need. Well, I know why they need that one, because they're iterating around that one. Look, the this one. Look, it'll be down to the way the postcode works in the customer account address form compared to the checkout one. Right, well the one I am interested in, how do I get to that? How do I know, first of all, that the one I'm interested in shipping rates validator? Well, the reason is, like, it's there, right? But I know that if I can get it working for that, it's a copy and paste job in it and onto the others. So how do I get this working, right? Well, first of all, I don't want to be touching the the vendor folder, a file in the vendor folder, Magento's core. But I'm aware that all of these files should be where? Answering the comments. In static content, right? And static content, and this is where you can make your job a little bit easier when working with the checkout and working with these files. So first of all, find it. So it's Magento checkout, right? And in here we should see the file, right? They've put it in the modal folder. Don't know why. I mean, that's where it is, right? So, and how did I know that, right? Well, I'm showing all my working out. How did I know that? Well, the vendor one's in the modal folder. Look. Modal folder. So you're basically following the breadcrumbs, right? Following it through. So let's just jump back into that, right? So that's my module. VS Code to skip back to that. So let's get the one in static content again. Right. So I want to test my theory, right? I want something more simple here. So let's just, obviously this is the variable here, and it is the validation result. So simple postcode message. I know the postcode message is pretty niche, right? But this applies to this way of working can apply to all of your JavaScript files within, within static content within vendor in order to sort of debug them. So I'm going to save that there. I'm going to get rid of these things, and then I'm literally just going to try and output that message there. So I've edited in my static folder, and the reason I've done that is if I refresh, right, first of all I want to test it's the right folder. Sorry, it's just taking a second. First of all, I want to test its right folder. So you can make all your changes in static if you want. Now, go careful because it will get overwritten once everything kicks in. So if I just once you deploy static content kicks in, so it's worked. So I'm sort of first part of the mission accomplished. I'm in the right area for the change. Now I might want to amend that. I might want to do some other stuff, right? Put something else in there. But I know that I'm in the right area. Now, how do I affect these files? Well, that's a good question. So you can do it in a module if you want. I think for something like this, it's overkill. I'd say it's a theme change you want to be making, but that's just my personal opinion. And put in the comments if you would do module, but I would go theme. And I'll go theme because it's blatantly a front end change. It's obvious it's a front end change, and I didn't want to do that. What I want to do is just add a new folder. So it's analogous to the one in, well, it's the same as the one in static content, and it's analogous to the one in, Magento vendor. So I want to change that to Magento. Silly boy, what am I doing? Rename, no. Screwed up there, didn't I? Magento underscore checkout. Right, and then I want to follow this through. So I'm already in the front end. So it's web from a theme, it's web. And then it's JS, and then it's modal because that's where the file is. So I'm going to create that file path. Lovely. Now I'm going to add a JavaScript file, and I'm going to call it the same thing. Shipping rates validator. Right. .js. Right, so now I've made my changes in this file, this file. I'm just going to copy it. Might as well just copy all that for speed, and save that there. But just before I do that, I am going to just make another change. Where is it? Where's it on the validator? What am I missing? That's the country one. See, they're all in here actually, so it's a useful file. Hang on. Oh god, it's an easy found that. And then I'm just going to put from theme. And the reason I'm going to put that is I want to show you a quick way to then not have to use, because as soon as I really, for safety, I want to be working in my theme. I don't want to be working in there. That was just initially, right? I can get rid of that. Now, actually, if I jump down to the static content, because I'm in developer mode and I've got the cache switched off, or certain caches switched off, I'll show you my cache settings just quickly. So when I'm working locally, I do this. Okay, I switch these ones off. Layout, block HTML and full page. Because then you get to do stuff like this. So in my static content, where is it? What's my static content? Here it is. Static. That's my theme. There it is. Static content. Right. There we go. Right. If I delete this file, right, and this is where it gets handy. Right. Got rid of that. Give it a refresh. What happens is the file gets put back. You can't always tell first time, you have to like close it and open it in VS Code. Where are we? I'll refresh it. There we go. When I refreshed it, it came back, but it keeps locking to this. Sorry about that. Right, so the shipping rates validator has come back. It's rebuilt it because that's what developer mode does. It deploys static content on the fly. But I only wanted to deploy the one file. So the file it's actually deployed for me should be, why am I rubbish at finding this? Yeah, it's the one from my theme. So now I've sort of unlocked a little treat really of Magento local development if you didn't know about it. So if I do a check now, yeah, from theme, and now I've deleted that file and it's sort of like perforated the cache. That's a good way of putting it. I can make changes in my theme and just refresh. And it'll keep updating that, what I've deleted. So that's handy, isn't it? That's an handy thing to know if you didn't know that. I know when I first found it out, I thought, do you know what? That's going to take like seconds off every change, which adds up to minutes, which adds up to hours. So I hope that's been useful. I bet you didn't think the video was going to end up there from my beginning, but if you like this type of content, then like and subscribe to my channel. That'd be amazing. Add some comments. Feel free. Share the video around your Magento developer mates, because if you're a Magento developer, you're going to have loads of mates, and help us grow this community and help me grow my channel. I much appreciate it. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'll see you soon.